Hey everyone, happy International Women's Day. And I am here with Monique Shipp. Monique, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, normally I don't need a piece of paper to introduce someone, but if I don't have this, I'm going to miss out on something, so wish me luck. Now, Monique is a self-described 26-year-old Aussie girl living in Sydney trying to make the most out of life with big dreams and goals. She is a model, actress, dancer, business owner, entrepreneur, inventor, life coach, student and volunteer. Monique has competed in Miss Universe Australia, is a face of Carol's Beauty, which makes Australia's first certified organic sun tanning enhancer oil and lotion, and has modelled and choreographed for international dancewear brand Bloch. Monique has also performed for recording artist Beyonce Knowles, founded her own dance school, toured with internationally regarded dance company Jazz Du Funk, and on top of that is currently studying a Bachelor in Behavioural Studies, majoring in psychology, interning for a private psychology practice, and is currently in training to become a volunteer telephone crisis supporter with Lifeline. And breathe. How do you do so much in your...
Good planning.
Yeah?
Strong vision, determination, and hard work. That's how I get things done.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit, let's go into where it all started. What, out of all that sort of stuff there, what sort of came first for you? Because I remember I was talking to you before and you said it actually started with sprinting.
Oh, yeah. So I started running about the age of 5. My father taught me how to run at a young age, and running taught me to work hard and to compete.
Yep.
And to strive to get that first place, get that trophy.
Are you competitive?
I'm extremely competitive, yes. My family would know that too.
Okay, just getting that out of the way. And then sprinting, and then what happened after that?
So I always grew up around music as well. So I was singing from a young age and acting from a young age and also modelling from a young age. And then as I hit about 14, I started dancing.
Yep.
It's incredible. Dance is creative, it's free. It's also physical and it's emotional as well. Dancing is emotional. So it was just this perfect outlet for, I guess, any teenage girl, isn't it? Dance is a great outlet. So, and that also taught me a lot of discipline.
Right.
And it made me become more determined to be a better dancer.
Sure. Because you took it to quite a high level. So I mean, how much did you have to practice? Because I remember working at a girls' school, the dancers were in there 5 days, like with the gymnasts, 5 days or 6 days a week, and including Saturday morning, 3 hours every afternoon.
That's
was that what it was like for you?
That's what it was like. It started off as one class in French's Forest, actually. Yeah. And then it turned into, 6 days a week. Wow. And I was assisting my dance principal of my school by the time I was about 15.
Right.
So then it became a job, really, a part-time job from a very young age. So yeah.
Whilst you were still in school?
Whilst I was still in school, and studying. So dance became my life, actually. I had to sacrifice a lot for it, actually. Dancing was, A
lot of people, well, everyone I've spoken to who's a high achiever, they have had to sacrifice. I found they don't really regret the sacrifices they've had to make either. Is that similar to you? I mean, you would have missed out your teenage girl growing up.
I did.
Parties, friends, this and that. Do you regret missing out on any of that, or was the payoff worth it for you?
The payoff is always worth it.
Yeah.
The payoff is always worth the sacrifice and the hard work. When I look back on my teen years, I didn't want to go out and party. I didn't want to be super popular or around the other people and be accepted for something so short-lived. I wanted more out of life. So those sacrifices do pay off because you get that satisfaction of, I've worked so hard for this and look at where I am. I've achieved my dream. I've achieved what I wanted, and it was hard work.
So you were 15. You were helping your principal.
Yeah.
Where did it go from there?
Right. So after I started helping my principal, I got sponsored. So I got sponsored by the school, and my first show was with her actually when I was 17.
Right.
And then
with your teacher?
With my teacher, and her husband was singing in a band. So it was my first show. It was great. Thanks, Faye.
Shout out.
Amazing. So then after that, all I wanted to do was dance. So when I was in school, I was really studious though. All I did was study, 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 and dance.
Yeah.
And study and dance. And study some more and dance. That was my life.
At some point, eat and sleep, hopefully.
I did. Yeah, I did eat and sleep. But yeah,
so I was supremely focused.
Supremely focused. And no one told me what to do though. You know,
It was all sort of self-motivated. You really wanted it.
Yeah, I remember that. You know, no one said, Monique, you should do this and you should do... I wanted to do it. I had big visions and dreams, and I knew that I had to do certain things in order to get there. When I left school, I wanted to go to university, but then, you know, I had that classic dream of I just want to dance.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, by the time I'm 26, if I don't achieve being a professional dancer, I will give up.
Right.
So I gave myself an achievable amount of time, measurable and reasonable, realistic
and very
goal.
Specific.
Very specific.
Yeah.
If I am not this by the age of this, I will stop.
So you had a timeline on that goal.
I did.
Yeah.
So when I left school, I went straight to Brent Street. So that's in Moore Park now.
Right.
And I started the Certificate 5 in Performing Arts and was only there for about 6 months. It was a year course.
Right.
Because I did an audition and got contracted over to a dance company in China.
Okay, so look, I mean, you're 26 now, so has the vision, obviously the vision has changed a little bit.
It has,
but
yeah.
the scope and the size of your dreams, they don't seem to have changed much. I mean, what's in the pipeline for you? I mean, I briefly mentioned it. I mean, but you're doing so much. I mean, how do you piece all this together as one coherent vision?
Okay, so a lot of people ask me this question, and my answer is that life happens in seasons. Mm-hmm. There's certain seasons and certain times you'll be doing things in your life that have an ending and a beginning.
Yep.
So as my dance career is coming to not so much an end, but I'm winding back on it a little bit.
Sure.
There's another beautiful season that's beginning. And I'm just as excited about this next season that I was when I was 14, excited about that dream to be a dancer. Yep. So the next phase and the next season that I'm entering into is tough. It's just as tough and requires a lot of work and determination and focus. So my aim is to obviously be an Australian registered psychologist. Mm-hmm. So that's the goal. Yep. By the time I'm 30, I'll be an Australian registered psychologist.
Is that timeline again? You heard it here first.
Right. And also life coaching. Yeah. So life coaching is something that I feel is super needed. We need help with life at times. No matter how much you feel like you have it together, there's always an area where perhaps you might want to improve and you might need some help. And there's no shame in that.
Yeah,
you know, I
think
really
that's
believe there's no shame in that.
Being willing to actually ask for help and admitting something is not quite where you want it to be. Yeah,
because without asking, it'll never change.
Yeah. So the next season, it's psychology and the life coaching.
Yes.
Is it fair to say that this season is a lot about giving back to people or helping other people out? Is that sort of where your focus is, taking someone who's maybe in pain or where their life isn't quite where they want it to be and shifting them to somewhere where they can have the life they actually want?
Definitely, definitely. So we all go through times in life where we need to reach out.
Yeah.
And I would like to be that person in someone's life.
Yeah.
And help them get through whatever they're going through successfully.
Sure. Is that what led into, I haven't asked you this now that I think about it, what led you to the Lifeline? Because if you don't know, if you're watching this maybe overseas, Lifeline is a suicide prevention, it's a charity and it does mainly suicide prevention. That's what it's known for, and their vision is Australia free of suicide. And they require volunteers to man the phones 24 hours a day. So we happen to be doing this course together, which is how we met. What attracted you to that? I mean, obviously it's a similar vein, but it's kind of a step up if someone is talking about taking their own life.
I'm really passionate towards mental health and extremely sensitive. So Lifeline, when I heard about this course, I thought, I need to get on that. I need to have those skills.
Yeah.
I need to know more about that. I need to upskill and know how to help someone in this particular way. And any training's good training.
Yeah.
So Lifeline they've got such a prestigious...
Yeah, very well recognised and very well run.
Well recognised and well run, and I just knew it was a perfect fit for me.
Yeah.
And this also helps with, obviously, my degree and
Sure.
figuring all that stuff out.
Sure.
So.
Let's go back to the life. Let's hit the life coaching one.
Everything's about life. Lifeline, life coaching, life.
Well, I mean, if you don't
Great.
enjoy life, I think this is something that I came to talking about seasons.
Yeah.
You know, seasons do end. Often they're marked by the end of something, so the end of a relationship or the end of a job.
Right.
And then you realize, okay, one season ends.
Right.
Sometimes it's challenging, right? To start a new season, you feel
So
like
challenging.
you've lost a lot, and maybe you feel like
Wow.
it will never quite be the same. I mean,
Yeah.
do you ever struggle moving forwards into the new season? I mean, a lot of people have
wow.
lost a lot,
Yeah.
right? And they go, well, how do I move forwards? You know, and they always go, oh, easy. You know, cliche here, but easy for you because, you know, you're beautiful, you're talented and all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But, you know, you don't understand where I'm coming from. I have no talent. Everyone hates me. How do I move forwards? Like, where would I go from there? And it can be very young people as well. It can be 12, 13, 14, 15. It doesn't have to be 30 or 40 or 50. I mean, if someone
Yeah.
like that is watching, where would they start?
I'd like you to start as just accepting that you're human. And life is hard. You know, I've been heartbroken. I have felt untalented. I've felt ugly. I've felt worthless. I've felt useless. I've felt hopeless. And I've felt that there was no way out, and I didn't know how to get through to the next season. And I've been there. I just want to say
Of course.
to that person that is maybe in that spot, I've totally been there. And you can totally get out of it.
What got you through?
Yeah, okay, so...
In those toughest moments, what got you through?
Okay, so in the toughest moments, what got me through was just reconnecting to my vision and remembering that there is an end goal.
Yeah.
And remembering that this is just a moment that will change. And I will get past this.
Yeah.
And I can get past this. And just that self-talk and strengthening yourself, saying, I can do this. No, it's okay. Yes, I'm hurting.
Yeah.
But what can I do in this very moment to just get by this moment?
Sure.
Yeah, just taking it moment by moment, and then you can take it hour by hour, day by day, week by week, and then soon you're tackling life again. Yeah.
So you are motivated, obviously, by this vision that
Right.
you have, because probably without that vision,
Yeah.
it's harder to take the little steps
That's
because
right.
you don't know why you're taking them, right? And
That's
it
right.
seems like too much.
Yeah.
So again, with the life coaching thing, a lot of people, you know, don't believe in goal setting. They think it's a lot, you know, New Year's resolution. We're going to lose 10 kilos and
Yeah.
we lose the same 10 pounds or whatever kilos, you know, every year. But how do you do it? Because I'm going to assume everyone has their own unique way of doing it. Tell us how you set your vision, because obviously it works for you.
I imagine my life and how it's going to look when I'm satisfied with my life. For example, having children, being in a great marriage, having a big house, being comfortable, secure, healthy, and finding meaning for my life. So I imagine myself as that person.
Mm-hmm.
And then in my career, I imagine myself as being that successful psychologist, or that person that's being a great life coach, or a great mother, or a great businesswoman.
Sure.
So I vision myself as that person first.
How often do you check in with that? Like, how often do you do that?
I do it whenever when I lose hope a little bit.
Right.
So I think, oh, I really can't study today, or I just don't feel like I can get through this semester. I think, well, hold on, yes, I can.
Yeah.
Because there I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, there I am in that successful position.
Yeah.
There's the end goal. So I check in with that whenever I start to feel like I'm a little bit down.
Yeah.
Because I'm a human and I get down.
Just in case you didn't know.
More often than not, you
Yeah.
know, because that's humans.
Yeah.
So I reconnect with that vision, and then I look at my day, and then I look at my week,
Yeah.
and then I look at my month.
That sounds overwhelming in your case.
It does, you know, it does. But if I don't do that,
Then it's worse.
then it's more overwhelming.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, talking about this vision, I mean, because a lot of people set a vision and
Yeah.
maybe they never look at it. So
Yeah.
by the sounds of it, you look at it quite often.
I look at it quite often, but I write it down.
Okay, so you've
I
actually
also
got
write it down and make it plain. I've got a little piece of paper that's just written on a computer, printed out and blue tacked to my wall. And at the moment, the vision and the theme of pretty much my month is work hard.
Work your
just
ass
two,
off.
just 2 words, and that is great.
Yeah.
Just work hard. So that's the vision for.
And
the
that's somewhere
overall,
where you can see it
Yes.
very, very often.
And it happens every time I walk in and out of my room. I just see it. And it's at eye level and I just see it. So also I have a weekly planner. It's called Make It Happen. So it has Make It Happen. Okay, so my calendar is about this big. And then my weekly planner is about a sheet about that big.
Right.
And then I sync up my planner to my phone.
There's no room in your room for anything else by the sound of it, with these giant sheets of paper everywhere.
Just sheets everywhere, yeah. And then, you know, I write my visions down on pieces of paper.
Yeah.
At the moment, for a New Year's resolution, actually, I really believe in New Year's resolutions, actually. I quite like them. I think you need to have a vision. That's visionary.
For sure.
Yeah, so I am quite a visionary. So I have a little card that sits next to my work hard little blurb, and it's just got a list of things, and it's not written down in dot point form. It's written kind of as a narrative, so as a story. So it kind of.
Do you feel that sort of pulls to you more?
In a way, yeah. So.
I think it's important when you're writing a vision down that it actually appeals to you, right? Because a lot of people write a vision, for example, I want to lose 10 pounds, and that vision is not particularly motivating.
Well, it's not exciting. It talks about what's wrong with you.
That's
true. I need to lose this because I've got it at the moment and I need to lose it. You know, that's never motivating.
Yeah.
The way you word it and the way that you speak it over yourself.
So the language is important.
And the self-talk is really important.
And you check in with it often. Do you find that as you check in with it more and more often, you get a bit more clarity, and also you start believing that vision?
I do,
a little bit more?
Yeah.
Because that's really important, right? I mean, if you don't believe the vision, you can say, oh, my vision is this.
Yeah.
And then you have that little voice inside, oh, who are you kidding?
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
That's
you check in with
Don't listen to that voice.
We all have that voice.
Yeah. So one of the girls that I have been life coaching recently wanted to get into the Manly Seabirds cheer squad.
I have no idea how hard that is.
It's actually really tough.
Right.
Yeah,
you were telling me, like, how many get in and how many try?
Cheerleading is not easy. For anyone out there who thinks that cheerleading is easy, it is not. It takes just as much determination and hard work, and you have to smile more, and you have to be chirpy, and you have to...
That sounds exhausting.
It is exhausting, and it's not easy to get into. After the audition, I worked with her quite closely, so...
Yeah. What did she need help with?
You know what? She was fearful.
Yeah.
She was in so much fear. She was scared she couldn't do it, and she kind of kept telling herself she was doing it.
It sounds like you were helping at the end of it, like helping her build up her belief that she could actually do this successfully.
It was, yeah. And I thought, you know what? Cool, let's get past this.
Yeah.
So I just kept speaking into her life and telling her that, you know, she could do this and that she's awesome and she's talented and she's built for it and she's perfect for it. And then she came over to my house and we did some rehearsals and we did a lot of self-talk exercises, and then I put her onto some great confidence affirmations.
Yep.
So what we did was we overcame her fear. And once she got into the training squad, it only lasted for it lasts for 5 weeks, the training squad. So just because you're in the training squad doesn't actually mean you're a seabird.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, so the hard work starts there.
Okay.
So we had 5 weeks of grueling stress of, am I going to get through this week again? Am I going to actually make it again? You know,
so she had to go through the whole thing again.
Audition process every week. It was really hard, and I was nervous too. But I knew that I imparted everything possibly I could. That if she could just self-actualize and just believe in herself, that she was going to get in.
Yeah.
And it was this one Wednesday night. I was sitting somewhere, probably reading something, and I got a message from her on Facebook. I got in! Exclamation mark, smiley face,
I was
smiley
say, just
face.
one exclamation
I was
mark.
like, yeah, and I just wrote back saying, I knew you could do it. I'm so proud of you. And yeah, that was a big tick for me. So that was probably like an 8-week program to try and get her in. So 8 weeks was the project.
Good job, you.
Thank you. High five.
Now, I will put Monique's website, web address down below. and it's just new, so there'll be more coming later, but if you want to contact her for any reason, you can contact her through there. Now, just before I let her go and continue with her gigantic visions, have some random questions. Now, I asked these questions, and no one knows where they come from. I know you don't watch much TV, so do you know Inside the Actors Studio?
I watch no TV. That's one of the sacrifices I make. I have no time for television, so
no TV, no
this
movies,
this will be interesting.
Okay. Now, Inside the Actors Studio, they have all the big Hollywood actors come in, and it's basically like they give a master class.
Great.
But the host always finishes with these same questions. They're not his, but I am going to read them out to you, and whatever comes into your mind. This is a fun part for me anyway. Number one, what is your favorite word?
Awesome.
Number two, what is your least favorite word?
Negativity.
That comes up quite a lot, that one. Number three, what turns you on?
Success.
Number four, what turns you off?
Failure.
Pretty obvious, that one. Number five, what sound or noise do you love?
Meow.
She was... Number six, what sound or noise do you hate?
Sound or noise do I hate? I don't like the sound of, I think it's styrofoam when you... Oh yeah, when styrofoam rubs against styrofoam.
That squeaky sound?
Yes, it's annoying.
Nails down a chalkboard sort of thing.
Yeah.
That took some thought. I stumped you on that one. Okay, here's a fun one. Number seven, what is your favorite curse word?
Am I allowed to say that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Go on.
My favorite swear word is
And everyone has said that, except the last interview I did, she actually came up with something worse.
You're going to bleep that out, right?
Number eight, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Okay, I'd like to be a fighter pilot.
Number nine, what profession would you not like to do?
I would not like to be the people at the sewage plant that have to navigate through
Those
whatever
horrible
comes through.
Those fat berg things, that's disgusting. Okay, last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Well done. You did life all right.
You did okay.
Yeah.
All right, so, well, that's Monique. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And as I said, I'll put her website address down below. And if you need to contact her for any reason, go through there. And we'll speak to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.